What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel. We all know the Dallas Cowboys are in a crucial offseason, and Jerry Jones is making some big moves to get this team back to Super Bowl contention. After a disappointing 7-10 season, the Cowboys are searching for a new head coach and exploring ways to improve the roster, especially on offense. Today, we've got two massive updates to discuss. One, Aaron Glenn is emerging as a top candidate for the Cowboys head coaching job. Two, a blockbuster trade rumor involving superstar wide receiver Davante Adams. We're breaking down all. The latest details, what it means for the Cowboys, and how these moves could reshape the team for 2025. But before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. All right, let's get into it. The Dallas Cowboys head coaching search is heating up, and according to Fox Sports' Jordan Schultz, a new name has emerged as a serious contender: Detroit Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn. Cowboys fans might remember Glenn. He actually played for Dallas from 2005-06. But beyond his playing days, Glenn has built a strong reputation as one of the top defensive minds in the NFL. He's been the architect of the Detroit Lions' defense, which ranked 7th in points allowed, 5th against the run. That's a massive improvement for a Lions defense that was one of the worst in the league just a couple of years ago. Glenn is someone that Jerry Jones holds in high regard, not just because of his connection to the Cowboys, but also because of his leadership, defensive philosophy, and ability to develop players. And let's not forget, Jerry loves former Cowboys. From hiring Jason Garrett to bringing back Dan Quinn, he values familiarity. Glenn fits that mold. Here's the catch: the Cowboys haven't been able to interview Glenn yet. Why? Because Detroit made the playoffs and secured the #1 seed in the NFC. This means Glenn and the Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson were only eligible for virtual interviews before the wild card round. Since Dallas fired Mike McCarthy too late, they missed the window to talk to him. Now, the Cowboys have to wait until the Lions season ends to get their shot. If the Lions lose this weekend, Glenn could interview immediately. If they win, Dallas will have to wait even longer. There's a growing belief that Glenn is going to land a head coaching job somewhere this offseason. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, both Glenn and Ben Johnson are expected to leave Detroit, with teams like the Jets, the Saints, and possibly the Cowboys showing serious interest. What do you think, Cowboys Nation? Would you be excited about Aaron Glenn as the next Cowboys head coach? Let me know in the comments. Now let's shift gears to the offense, because the Cowboys might be looking to make a huge move for superstar wide receiver Davante Adams. Right now, the Cowboys have one true elite receiver, CeeDee Lamb. And while Lamb had an MVP caliber season, it was clear that Dak Prescott needed more weapons. Michael Gallup hasn't been the same since his injury. Brandon Cooks had some big plays, but he wasn't a game changer. The Cowboys need another dominant WR to pair with Lamb. According to Bleacher Report, the Cowboys could acquire Adams from the Jets in exchange for a 3rd-round pick, a 5th-round pick. That's a steal for a player of Adams' caliber. Adams is still one of the best receivers in the NFL. Check out these numbers: 1,063 yards in 14 games this season with 2 different teams, 1,000-plus yards in 6 of the last 7 seasons, 2-time NFL receiving TD leader, 6-time Pro Bowler and 3-time All-Pro. Even at 32 years old, Adams remains a dominant playmaker. Believe it or not, yes, Adams has actually spoken very highly of CeeDee Lamb. In an interview last year, he called Lamb a top 5 receiver in the NFL and even compared him to himself. So the idea of pairing up with Lamb, that might actually appeal to Adams. Earlier this week, the Cowboys officially parted ways with head coach Mike McCarthy after a roller coaster tenure. Now, Jerry Jones and the front office are on the hunt for the next leader to guide this storied franchise. But let's be honest, folks, this is about more than just finding a new coach. It's about Jerry Jones craving the spotlight, and here's where things get complicated. Reports are already swirling. Jerry's made waves by reaching out to Cowboys legend Deion Sanders about the coaching vacancy. Deion's charisma and success at the college level have made headlines. But is this really what the Cowboys need right now? Or is it just Jerry seeking the next big headline? Let's be clear. Deion is a legend, but bringing primetime to the Cowboys would be a massive gamble. Coaching in the NFL is a whole different ball game. What we need is strategy, structure, and someone who can maximize the talent on this roster, especially when players like Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott are at their peaks. Here's another curveball. Because of the timing of McCarthy's departure, the Cowboys have missed out on early interviews with top coaching candidates like Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. These guys are being courted by other teams, and the Cowboys now have to wait until the Lions finish their postseason run to even get a meeting on the books. Sound familiar? This isn't the first time the Cowboys have dragged things out. Remember those drawn-out contract negotiations with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb? Same story, different chapter. Jerry Jones loves keeping the Cowboys in the headlines. But is this media circus getting in the way of building a winning culture? If you're like me, you're probably wondering, why not go all in on proven coaching talent? Why waste time with media spectacles when we have the potential to contend? Next season, we've got stars on this team, but we need a leader who can harness that talent and turn it into postseason success. So who's still in the mix? Names like Kellen Moore, who's familiar with the Cowboys system, and even outside-the-box options like Jim Harbaugh and Sean Payton have been floated. But one thing's for sure, Jerry's decision is going to be heavily scrutinized. And as Troy Aikman recently pointed out, the Cowboys' job may not be as coveted as we'd like to think thanks to Jerry's hands-on approach. Aikman's not wrong. The constant meddling from the front office has made it hard for coaches to truly take charge and build the team on their terms. If Jerry wants to see another Lombardi Trophy in Dallas, he's got to give the new head coach the freedom to implement their vision. This isn't just about Jerry Jones' legacy anymore. It's about giving Cowboys fans what they've waited decades for: sustained success and a shot at a championship. This is the tricky part. Adams has a massive contract worth around $140 million. But here's the good news. The Cowboys can create $100 million in cap space this offseason if they make the right moves. So if Jerry Jones wants to go all in, he can make this trade happen. So Cowboys Nation, big decisions are coming. Should Aaron Glenn be the next head coach? Should the Cowboys trade for Davante Adams and give Dak another superstar WR? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Would you be excited about these moves, or should the Cowboys go in a different direction? And before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. That's it for today, Cowboys fans. See you in the next one!